What's going on, guys? Derrick Heydon with Crown DJs. This is the greatest wedding show by Crown DJs. I'm your host, and I'm probably going to be your wedding DJ if you picked us to DJ at your wedding. Let me turn off that. My name's Derrick Heydon, and if you're first time to this show, appreciate you guys for checking us out. If you watched last week's show, I think I fixed the low audio issue from last week, but if not, just comment so I can see. But it looks like the bar is bouncing a lot better than it was last week, so it is what it is. But if you go back to watch it, just last week's show, just turn on the closed captions, subtitles, whatever they're called on YouTube, and that might be more insightful for you. But hopefully I got that fixed for this week. For anybody that's new to the show, okay, this is a weekly live show that we do 4 p.m. Central Time every Monday. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to subscribe to this show on YouTube, and you won't miss anything. And ask whatever questions that you guys have in the chat, so that, we can make this show a lot more engaged. I just started doing this. We only got like 8 subscribers. My goal is to get a lot of you guys, a lot of my clients, to follow this channel, and we can address your questions one by one. And this show will be tailored for you guys. But even if you chose someone else to DJ your wedding, that's okay. Okay? That's all right. I'm not going to say unfollow. This show can be helpful for you, especially if you're getting married in Lincoln, Nebraska, or even Omaha, or Columbus, or Beatrice, wherever. If you're getting married in Nebraska, this show is tailored for you, okay? First, I like to start things off. If I had a wedding the previous week, then I want to do a quick recap, because every wedding has something different. Sorry, my hair's looking weird, but last weekend, it was a great wedding. The bride and groom were expecting around 100 guests. We were out at Country Pines for a little outdoor action, and I probably only counted about 60 to 70 guests that showed up, which is a big bummer, but considering the circumstances that they had for their wedding that week, it's understandable why, because and I don't know if they're okay with me sharing this, but I won't share their names. That is what it is. But this past week, the groom lost his mother. She passed away, and you can only imagine what that does to your wedding week, the build-up, and then also the actual wedding day. So I have a feeling that affected the turnout of their guest count, and then also it did kind of have an effect on the wedding, but not really. There was a part where he wanted to do a tribute where he got his 3 sisters out there, and they did a dance together. They danced to Boys to Men, Song for Mama, and it was super touching. But it was kind of, after that, it was kind of hard to get the party going. Because we needed to go. We had a very strict schedule, right? We needed to go first dance, all their traditional dances, and then they did the Song for Mama with his sisters. And then after that, we needed to go right into bouquet toss, because their photographer was leaving ASAP, like immediately. So we needed to get that done pretty quickly, and that didn't happen. It actually took like a half hour. It took both me and the photographer to try to talk to her to come out and do the bouquet toss. Photographer was kind of on me. Jade, if you see this, you did a fantastic job, and I apologize if I had any effect on us not getting them faster. But, with such an emotional event that happened prior to their wedding day, it was kind of hard to pull them away to do certain tasks, and that's understandable. That's not normal at weddings, and with the things that happened this past week, I felt kind of bad to pull them away from conversations, because there was a lot more crying at this wedding than I'm used to seeing, because it wasn't just like a wedding, it was a loss. It wasn't just an addition, two families coming together. It was a subtraction too. So, that's the one thing that, the wedding industry makes it so tough, and why it's so important that you guys pick an incredible DJ for your wedding, because, sometimes things happen and it forces us to roll with the punches. And, somebody with experience will have better knowledge on how to handle those situations, and, some won't. So I hope that they were happy with how I handled it that evening. And, I just wish the best for them. But, I want to talk about the availability. I usually have a graphic for this, but I just came up and researched it right before we went on. My availability, and then we have another DJ who's Georgie. My availability, so if you listen to this and you hear your date, then hit me up right away, okay? So July 31st. This was one where it was booked, and then they had to cancel. I don't have any knowledge on why they're canceling, but, our cancellation policy is, you're not out of the amount. You still owe, and if you want any type of refund, then it's on us to, we will try to fill your date, but we have no obligation to. For this wedding, I'm available now for July 31st. It's a Saturday. And if you or anyone that is looking for a wedding DJ, be sure to get in contact with me, because I want to fill this, and I want to fulfill a refund to that couple or to that bride. Then looking forward is every Friday in August I got open, the 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th. So every Friday in August, hit me up if you need one. September 3rd, that's a Friday, got that open. September 11th, Saturday. It's the only Saturday that I have available until probably Christmas. So it's kind of weird, but I've done weddings on September 11th before. Did one last year. It was fantastic. But people think it's kind of taboo, especially with it being the 20th anniversary of 9/11. It's usually a holiday that I do a lot of veteran weddings, but with it being the 20th anniversary of 9/11, it seems like everybody's kind of avoiding it, at least on my end. I don't know about other DJs. But and then September 17th, which is a Friday, I also have available. So then I'll go through the days that Georgie, my other DJ with Crown DJs, is not available, because we're still trying to fill him out. He's new to the family, and I'm trying to fill his calendar. But he'll be DJing on July 9th, which is a Friday, July 24th, August 14th, which is a Saturday, August 21st, August 28th, and then September 4th, which all those are Saturdays. So if you don't have a date that is, or if you have a date that you need a DJ for, chances are we have it available, especially in the next couple of months, like next 3 months. So just go to crowndjs.com and we'll get you guys filled out, and we'll get you rocking. Before we get into the next part of the show, which is, the bulk of why you guys are here, I also want to share with you guys that Crown DJs is hiring for all positions. Okay. DJ, photo booth attendant, and event staff. And our event staff is responsible for setup, teardown, and then possibly, if needed, to be the assistant for the entire event. So once again, Crown DJs, we're hiring for DJs, photo booth attendants, event staff. So with our photo booth attendant, we pay, your hours are pretty small. Maybe a Friday night you'll come work with us for like 3 to 4 hours, and we'll pay anywhere from $20 to $30. As far as DJs go, we have a 3-month training program that you got to go through. We want to bring you on as an event staff first, so that you have knowledge on setting up, tearing down, getting to know the equipment, and then shadowing me or Georgie at our events. And then when we're ready, we're going to test you out and then you're going to take on your own events and make that big money. So I'm excited. Let me know if you guys are interested in any of the positions that we have, and if you want to make a little extra money at working on Fridays and Saturdays with Crown DJs. Today's show is going to be a good one because we're going to talk about a few topics. First off, we're going to talk about that super secret last dance, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, stick with us. We're going to talk more about it. But the next topic will be about that wedding website, but not doing a wedding website. It's an alternative to the wedding website. And then last but not least, we're going to get into the top song of 2021 so far. Okay. So first topic, let's go into how you want to end your wedding night. Okay. Before the send off, kick all of your guests out and do this. Okay. Let me switch screens real quick. Now, I won't do it just yet. Now, there's certain ways that you guys can end your wedding night. Okay. And let me switch to this because this is important for you guys to have a visual of it. One way that I like, this is the most popular way to end the wedding, okay? You just played the last song, got a big giant cluster of people on the dance floor, okay? Song just played, everybody's singing it, got their drinks up, their cheers in, girls are kissing guys, it's just going ham, right? It's nuts. And then to end it all, I get the bride and groom up front and have everybody gathered behind them, and we do a nice big group photo. This wedding had about 400 people. Fantastic party. I think they drank the establishment dry, and it was, everybody's got drinks in their hands, but it was an awesome time. And, this is one way. No matter what you decide, we can always take that group picture at the end of the night. I've also seen other DJs like Joe Cruz. He likes to jump in the photo and take a selfie with everybody that's still there at the end of the night. But then here's another way that you guys can end your wedding, which you can do both ways, which is get in everybody in a big group circle, have the bride and groom dancing right in the center, and then in this situation, they're doing a little leg kick. And, it's just a lot of fun. Make it festive, make it fun. This is things that you'll want to talk with your DJ before, just to see how you want to end the night. And, it was just a lot of fun. It was a good crowd. Look at every seat. Every seat's empty. Everybody that's left in the room is out on the dance floor. So then we'll get into the last one, which is the send-off, right? What's a send-off? You go tell everybody to line up outside. And then you get everybody lined up. And while the DJ's kicking everybody out, once everybody's out of the room, you get your husband or you get your wife. I don't know why I stalled there. You get them, pull them to the dance floor, and you have your DJ play one last song. And it's just the two of you. Okay? And I want to show you guys an example of that. And this is what we did at a recent wedding. Oh. And this at the same venue. Different couple. Nobody's in the room. And their videographers there getting shots. And they were so grateful. They came up to me after this. They thanked me for this idea, which I stole from a wedding planner out of California. I didn't steal it, but I was informed about it. And I've been DJing for years. And just found out about this whole idea in 2021. I'm just like, man, you see, you can do this job forever and keep learning new things on how to make it special for the bride and groom. So, super cool idea. And, after this, the bride and groom left and went outside with two lines, people lined up, holding sparklers, and the bride and groom just ran down right the middle. And I'm super excited to see what footage the videographer got of it. I saw the raw footage she showed me, and I was just blown away by it. So if you guys are looking for a fantastic way to end your wedding, do a secret last dance. The secret last dance is the perfect way to end your night before you guys run off as a newlywed. So, all right, next topic. All right, so many people are abandoning the idea of a wedding website. It used to be like 5 years ago. People that are engaged are sending me their links to their wedding website, because whatever. And, their wedding website was a new trend because of, I think, Wedding Wire, or there's other websites out there with them that are probably still really popular. Now, I don't see it as much, but I think to get some of the premium services, you got to pay money, which isn't worth it. But wedding websites are great for like collecting RSVPs. What else? Sending out important details for your wedding day. And just things like that. Keeping your out-of-town guests, in line so they know where the hotel is, the ceremony, the reception, the night before festivities with the rehearsal dinner, just things like that, okay? But instead of doing a website, why not just create a Instagram profile dedicated solely to your wedding, and then all of your guests will have all the info. And then you just create pictures with the little title, like let's just say reception, and every detail that pertains to reception that guests need to know about, such as address, timeline, things like that. You can just put in the caption, and instead of having to post new stuff, you just update it, and then you send out the link to anybody that's not on Instagram. And on your invites, you tell all of your guests who are on Instagram to follow that link. And I think it's like, one, it's free, right? Super easy. If you're getting married, you probably have an Instagram, and if you don't, just create one for your wedding. And everything, every detail that goes according to your wedding. What's your wedding hashtag? Pictures, tag our wedding profile. The list can go on and on. It's easy, it's clear, it keeps everything concise and in line, whereas a website can be jumbled and just get out of hand really, really fast. So that's my whole point on that is, another wedding planner. I don't think it was the same one. I should give shout outs out, but had mentioned this when I did an IG live with Mitchell de Guzman up in California, and I was just blown away by this idea. Fantastic idea. And Instagram, it's free. Most of your friends should be on there anyway. This is a good way to stay connected with those who are not, and I just love it. It's a great idea. I probably said that already. And now this is the last part of the show. It's a short one today. Not anything too controversial. But before I get into that, I did have a story about Georgie, which is ridiculous. So I was working the photo booth, right? Georgie's DJing the wedding. And these younger girls come up, and I'm guessing they're anywhere from like 12 to 15. There's 3 of them. And they come up to me and they're just like, "Who's that other guy?" I'm like, "What other guy?" And they're like, Who's that other guy? Is he your son?" And I'm like, I'm like, what are you talking about? Are you talking about Georgie right now? And they're like, yeah, is he your son? I'm like, no. And then I'm like just sitting here thinking about it because I had no idea that people might think that this guy was my son. And anyway, yeah. So I was just thinking about it, and Georgie, he's old enough. Like if Georgie was my son, right? Then first I would have to go and have had lost my virginity at the age of 13 and gotten someone pregnant. Or the other side of it, like, am I old enough to look like I could have a 22, 23-year-old son? Or is Georgie old enough that he could have a 30-something, won't say the age, like a 30-something father? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, they say men are bad at age, with age discrimination. But these girls were way off, okay? I do not have a son. There was a girl back in junior high. I think we were, 13? And she has a kid. So that kid now is older than when we were, when she had that kid. But no, Georgie is not my son. He works for me. He's a DJ. And, you know, when he doesn't have a gig, he's my assistant at an event. So anyway, the best song, we had a little competition, okay? And it started out with Peaches by Justin Timberlake, Butter by BTS, Up by Cardi B, and Best Friend by Doja Cat. And who else is that? Saweetie? Levitating by Dua Lipa, and Leave the Door Open, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo, and then Ariana Grande's 34 plus 35. All right, those were all the matchups. Matchup number 1, Peaches destroyed them. The only one that went unanimous. Okay. Next one, Best Friend beat Up, which I was surprised because I would have thought that Cardi B had more fans than that. Apparently not. That's all right. Next one was Levitating, taking out Leave the Door Open. That one was actually one of the closer matchups. And then Good For You took out Ariana Grande. So we took it to the next round. The next day on my Instagram story, we then bet on the next, or voted on the next round. Peaches, once again, crushed it, did amazing. Justin Timberlake, borderline song of the year. You know, took care of Best Friend. So apparently people would rather have Peaches than their best friend. I think that's what they're saying. And then Levitating took out Good For You. So Dua Lipa versus Justin Bieber for the best song of 2021 so far. Okay. And as you guys can see it, now I put this up this afternoon, so it's not quite there yet, but I'm going to pick the winner, okay? I'm going to pick the winner of this, and this is tough because I like both songs, but one thing that I'm going to say is danceability, okay? Now, which song will be around after 2021? What song will be the hit to play at weddings in 2023? Okay? Which song will not be disappearing by like 2025? That's really tough. Man, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to say Peaches. Okay? I'm going to take Peaches as the official song, the official winner of the 2021 best song so far, okay? The reason why I'm taking Peaches is because, man, I almost go back on this. It's a sing-along song that you'll know every word, right? If you get the clean version, you can play it during cocktail hour and get the vibe going right. There needs to be more music like this, which I think we're slowly going there. Leave the Door Open's kind of the same vibe, but it's not as, like, you don't know it by heart. But Levitating could be a song that we do play 20 years from now. Maybe not. No, nobody's going to know that song 20 years from now. It's going to be one of those, like, I don't know. We need to see more from Dua Lipa. I've only heard of her for maybe a year, maybe 2 years. But, yeah, Justin Bieber, he's a legend. He's going in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right next to the Beatles. Some might think I'm blasphemous for saying that. But, yeah, let's lock it down. I'm going to say Peaches. So, there you have it. The best song so far of 2021, Justin Bieber. Almost said Justin Timberlake. Justin Bieber, Peaches. Oh, man. What a show. All right. If you guys have any questions, you're always welcome to add those to the chat, you know. This is we do weddings every weekend. This coming weekend, I got 2 weddings, one in Columbus and then one in Omaha. So I'm not even in Lincoln this week. But, you know, let me know if I fixed the audio issue. If you don't think I did, I got to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to listen to it again just to see how it sounds. If you think you need a DJ for one of the dates that I said in the next couple of months, get a hold of me right away, okay? Don't wait. Get on it. You know, June 2022 is filling up fast. I think June 2022 is at 75% capacity. I'm 100% filled, and then Georgie's schedule is roughly 50% filled. So yeah, get a hold of me, and let's fill those dates. You know, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This was the greatest wedding show by Crown DJs. I'm the host, and I'm the DJ, Derrick Heydon. This is our weekly live show, 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. Central Time. And, you know, ask questions in the chat next time. Look forward to the channel. Subscribe to it and look for videos later this week. And, you know, that's all the time I have. Appreciate you guys for checking it out. And now bear with me